One of the joys of being a rabbi at Holy Blossom Temple is to be in relationship with many circles and many cohorts and many really interesting people. And one of the circles that I'm so proud to be a part of is the 20s and 30s circle of Yad, the Young Adult Division. And over the last couple of years of COVID, it has been increasingly challenging to engage folks in their 20s and 30s. It's a conversation that's happening at a movement level in the Reform movement, but really the whole Jewish world is asking the question, how do we engage with 20s and 30s? What brings them to the table? And so I want to share with you a little bit of the offerings of Yad here at Holy Blossom. So we can look at Yad in a couple of different wings, a couple of different departments of Yad, if you will. So we have that of education. Our education wing is through a partnership organization called Lishma. Lishma meaning learning for its own sake. And Holy Blossom, together with the Miles Nadal JCC, the Annex Shul, UJA Genesis, Beth Tzedek congregation, that we have a 3 times a year we run these courses. Right now they're all happening online. They're selling out. They're wonderful. If you're interested in taking part in one of these courses, you can check us out at lishma.ca. That's lishma.ca. And it has really been a wonderful learning opportunity. I have taught a few classes. I've taken a few classes. I've seen many Holy Blossom members in classes with me, with others, and it's been a really, really wonderful program that I know will continue for many years. So if you're in your 20s and 30s, or if you have someone you love who's in their 20s and 30s and is looking for meaningful Jewish learning, I suggest checking out the Lishma Learning Collective. Another wing of Yad is that of social gatherings. Really, this takes anything from the form of pre-COVID to gather together on a rooftop just to get together to spend some time. This looks like hikes and camping trips, really just finding a way to get together with no agenda other than the fact that we are Jews living in Toronto who want to get to know one another. We have had singles events, we've had events for couples, and it's really just a great way to meet people and to make your world a little smaller, to connect with the Yad cohort at Holy Blossom. Another wing of Yad is that of Shabbat celebration and holiday gatherings. So, and this takes a couple of different forms. Prior to COVID, and I'm eager to get back to doing these sorts of Shabbat experiences once it feels safe to do so, is a program called Shabbat at Home. And this is how it goes. Let's say you are a 30-year-old living in Toronto. You've always wanted to have a Shabbat dinner at your place. You just don't have the tables, the chairs. Maybe you don't feel like you've got the financial ability to pay for dinner. So we partner with you. Holy Blossom's Yad will say, you invite half the guests, we'll invite half the guests, and we'll bring the chairs and the tables, we'll pay for the main course, and let's get together for Shabbat in our homes. This is a way to make our 20s and 30s feel like hosts, to really bring Shabbat into the home and to meet people where they are. It's lovely to have people in their 20s and 30s coming physically to the temple. It's also really lovely to find ways of connecting with our cohort outside of the walls at 1950 Bathurst. And we love it when Yad has events at Holy Blossom. Primarily, we've had these wonderful Shabbat experiences called the musical Kabbalat Shabbats. And this is paired with an Israeli-style dinner. This is led by the Yad Band, with musicians, piano players, guitar players, a saxophone, wonderful singers. It is really special. And I'm really looking forward to planning another musical Kabbalat Shabbat here before the summer. And we also have our Yad holiday gatherings, an annual Hanukkah party, an annual Purim party, really to find ways to gather together and celebrate the holidays, to celebrate Shabbat. And in addition to these three major components of Yad, during my time at Holy Blossom, together with Rabbi Spolansky and our wonderful partner Lisa Taylor, we created the Emerging Jewish Leadership Institute. And this was a really, really fabulous program where about 15 folks in the 20s and 30s cohort were gathered together to talk about leadership both in a Jewish context as well as a professional context, and how becoming a place of work might affect your leadership in your Jewish community and vice versa. And this was a really wonderful program. At the conclusion of the EJLI, the Emerging Jewish Leadership Institute, all of those who were involved created triads, groups, and had projects. These projects ranged from cultural evenings of learning about Moroccan cuisine with cooking demonstration and story sharing, as well as organizing a panel of the wonderful refugee women who Holy Blossom has helped get settled here in Canada over the many years, and to hear their stories of resiliency, and more from this wonderful group of the EJLI. So I just wanted to take a few moments and thank you for checking in. If you are interested in learning more about Yad, if you're interested in supporting the work of Yad, please reach out to me at Goodman at Holy Blossom. I'd love to connect with you. I'd love to connect with your kids, your grandchildren, and build these relationships that are so important to the continuation of Holy Blossom in the next generation. Take care.